Yo, what's up, guys? So welcome to my little mini garage. There's not much room for entertainment in here, but it fits the bike, so that's enough entertainment. Uh, so I've just paid for my ECU to get flashed, so I just gotta take it out and send it off. So I thought I'd just record this process for anyone else that is looking at doing this. So you do need to take your key out of your immobilizer unless you have the the non-SP version. I think it just comes with the key. If you do have the SP version, your key is kind of hidden inside your immobilizer. So pretty much, yeah, take off your back seat, and then the front seat pretty much just pulls up and out. And then that exposes the internals. For those that didn't know, you do have a USB-C port here as well. It's cool if you want to route like lights underneath the bike, and you don't want to use your battery. Like, I mean, that would be a lot safer than running it through your battery. But yeah, because then you won't get a hole in your seat. But yeah, so pretty much the process of getting the ECU out is we need to do these two bolts, and then up on the top of the tank you have this bolt here, and then once we pull this off and out, I believe then there's another bolt, like kind of like screw thing under here as well for these two, like front winglet guard things. But yeah, I'll just take these bolts here off, which they're just like a hex key bolt, and these ones here are too. So once I get like these ones off and this one undone, then we'll just go to the next step and I'll see you guys there. Alright, so these little guys here are undone. So now it's just a process of taking these ones here off, which these ones here aren't on too tight, so these ones should be fairly easy. I believe these ones are like the pop ones where you have to like undo them a bit and then they pop out, I think. I can't remember, but I know they are in the front of these fairings. Are those stupid little pop clips, screws, things. Which if they're not on this part, it's on the part... Yeah, okay, they're not on this one. I think they're on this one here, that they have those little pop screws. But we'll find out. Unfortunately, I don't have like a rear stand or like a front stand, so I kind of just have to make do with what I've got. So yeah, I was gonna take it to the shop and ask them to keep hold of the bike for a bit, but then I was like, yeah, that would just be a nuisance for them to have to keep it at the shop, so I thought I would just do it at home. I think the scary part is going to be sending the ECU and hoping that it doesn't arrive dead on arrival for them. But yeah, so that's pretty much these screws here. If it wants to focus. Focus. Nope. Focus. Camera doesn't want to focus, it likes the bike too much. But yeah, try not to lose these screws because you're not going to have them for a bit, especially if you're sending it in your ECU. I mean, if you can get it dyno flash somewhere locally, go do that because that'd be like your better option. As long as you trust the local place. I don't know anywhere locally within like 200, 300 kilometers of here that specialize in these bikes or are like motorcycle dyno tunists. Heaps of cars, no one really does motorcycles, so that's why I'm sending it off to the eastern states, just because obviously they have a lot more bike tuners over there, and obviously like the place that I got the exhaust from are the people that are doing the tune, so it makes it kind of go hand in hand, because at least these guys have obviously had experience with their own exhaust. Which, I mean, they got a killer exhaust, so I'm sure the results are going to be amazing, so I can't doubt it. Alright, so the screws here have been taken out on both sides, and I believe it's just a case of lifting this part here up. Which I'm probably going to need two hands for, so I'm just going to take this part here off. So to get this part here off, I would pretty much just like feather it around the outside, and then it kind of just popped up and out. I think this, oh yeah, you can see the little clips here, so that's how it was locked in there, but I think there's another one. Oh wait, maybe on this side, maybe? If I'm missing one? Oh yeah, okay, I was just being silly. So yeah, you literally just pull this up with brute force apparently, because this part this part here is quite stuck in there, so that's what was holding it so forcibly down. But I don't really get what these vents do. Like, I mean, they sit here, but I mean, there's nothing really there for them to do anything. I mean, yeah, they look cool, but what do they actually do? I don't know. Anyway, so next thing, I believe, is to, yeah, these push bolts here, and these two here. But I think we also need to take these ones here off as well. Alright, I'll see what I get up to, and I'll let you guys see the progress. Yeah, okay, so I believe we just need to push these ones here, push them in, and then right here there's another, like one of those screw pop rivet things here. Wait, so you just want to undo that, and then they should just pop out. Am I doing it the right way? These things are so silly, they're like so scuffed. Wait, there we go. I forget you have to like put like no pressure on them to undo them. Yep, so that one's popped out now. And then same thing on the other side. Try not to tip your bike over because it's scary. But yeah, see the little thing there? So see if I can get a better angle for you guys. So pretty much that goes in there, turn to the left and put no pressure on it. And that's what my mistake was. So put no pressure on it, and then eventually you'll kind of hear it click. Or you'll kind of feel it, which, there you go. So sweet. So then we'll just take these ones here off. Same thing with this one here. Pop that one there. So you should have that one popped, and then that one done. And hey buddy, that one there done. So yeah, I'll just take these parts off that I can now, and then we'll get to the next step. Wait a second, so I just noticed, so I think that you still have to do these ones anyway, but the ones are actually here. Oh, hang on a second, I'll zoom it in for you. Alright, right about, don't focus on the fork, right there. So those are the ones you need to pop. Then you take these, hang on a second, then you take this part here out. So yeah, so there you have it. So these parts here, there's a bug in there, just pop straight out. So they were sitting in under this. So you're gonna have to like push it back towards the bike and then pop it out, and it just pops literally straight back out. So yeah. Alright, so we did get both of these off, but I did lose my little, what do you call it? Like the part that it pops into, this one. It did get trapped in there, so hopefully when I get the tank off I can actually get it, which I think I should be able to. So the next thing is to take the bolts completely out, and then the tank can pretty much just kind of move freely. So now we just have to start unplugging things from underneath the tank before we can fully take the tank off, which do expect some fuel leakage, just because when you shut it off, it's still going to have some residue in it that's going to come out, so bear that in mind. So don't just try to yeet it out, but yeah. Alright, so now that we can lift the tank up, I can try to show you guys. Yeah, there's a lot of cables connecting to the tank, and then that's the ECU up here. I mean, we could try to get the ECU out like this, but that's probably not a good idea. So we need to undo these top ones up here, so I'll try to like explain it if I can, or if I have to like edit and put up annotations and arrows and systems like that. But yeah, we just got to get these off. So I'll see you guys when this one's off. Alright, so what I had to do was pretty much the fuel line, which is here, this one here. You can see the grey sticking out. So I had to put this flathead screwdriver in and just twist at the bottom part. I'll try to put an arrow where I'm talking about, and then you just put the flathead screwdriver where the arrow is, and then twist. It makes some really weird noises, and I kept thinking I was going to break it, but it worked, so it's good. Alright, we'll just disconnect that one and disconnect the one that's right next to it. And then I believe we have to take off this extra hose here. But alright, so it does smell like fuel, but that's unplugged now, as well as the one that was next to it on the other side. Now it's just this one here. It's super hard to get off for some reason. But once that one's off, I believe that's it. But this one's just been a real pain in the backside. I know you have to squeeze the pins together to pull it off, but it's like, it's really on there. Alright, I got it off. Ow, this is really hard to hold up with one hand, but now everything looks disconnected. I don't know if you can see. So that's where that other cable was connected there. I'll put an arrow there if I remember to. And then the fuel line's here. And then that's the air line, I believe. So yeah, all undone. I believe we can just pull it off now, hopefully, maybe, kind of. Also, just a future reference for anyone in the comments, I do have like half a tank of fuel, so you don't have to like drain your tank, so it just makes it a bit easier if you have a lighter tank. So if you have less fuel, it might be a bit easier to get off. But yeah, alright, let's get the tank off. Alright, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the cable that was the extra, because like, look how the fuel tank connects to this wire here, and it looks like it doesn't connect back to the tank. If I can kind of get the camera to focus, it kind of goes back around and connects kind of underneath the bike, so I think that might go into the engine. I'm not sure, but I hope that's not a cable I have to get off, because that looks like a tricky one. But yeah, it's kind of an effort to get the tank off. It doesn't kind of just pull off or like lift up. It kind of feels like it's stuck at the back. So yeah, I'll just keep trying and see if I can get it off. Okay guys, so let my camera catch up. Okay, so I didn't just yank the tank off. I kind of started like, you know, I caressed it around the underbody. I started kind of like wiggling it and pulling it at the same time. And I could just pull these out apparently, and that's not actually a plug, that's just a clip to hold it in. But there is a plug under this one here, which is just there. So this may only be for the SP models, but don't just yank the tank off. We need to get that one off. So let's see if we can figure this one out. So it's that one there. So that's what we need to take off. So it should just be a matter of hopefully just pulling it up and out. But I would do that off camera, and I'll let you guys know if that was right. But yeah, that looks like that has to come out, because if you just pulled the tank out, that's going to get ripped off with it. Also, you can see all the suppression foam, like on the left hand side up here. There's a lot of foam underneath it. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm going to unplug that and then I can pull the tank off. I believe that's what I need to do. So bear in mind, I don't think it's necessary for everyone else. Only if you have the SP model. To know you have the SP model would be obviously the forks, and it says SP. So I don't think you have to do it for the rest of the models. But please just bear that in mind to unplug those, because I haven't seen a video with that, so please do that. Alright, so I just undid the push pin here, which is out now, which kind of lets you move this more freely, and then I just popped that cable there out of there. So now you can see this is all together now. So please bear that in mind, because this was connected to the bike, and if you try to just rip the bike, it's gonna pull that cable. So now we can pull off the tank. Hurrah! Make sure you straighten up the handlebars, because it might make it a bit harder. Alright, so I did try to pull the tank off, but please pull out this cable here connected to the tank. I almost just pulled it off, and that was still connected to the bike, so undo this one as well. But I'm not sure if this one here is connected to the one that was underneath, which I don't think it would be, because then that would be a complete circuit back to the tank. But yeah, undo this one, because that's connected to the bike somewhere as well, so undo that. So now the tank is now completely free of everything now. So cool, SP owners, good luck. Alright, yo, check out the new whip. It looks so bizarre. I would love to put like just a seat on there and like have the tank like somewhere else just to like ride it like this. It looks sick. But yeah, the tank is off. So that's cool. This is the airbox, and then this is our ECU, which I'm obviously gonna remember to blur out the serial number. But yeah, so now we just unplug the ECU and we should be good. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm just going to put a towel over here until I have the box ready. Yeah, I believe we just unplug those 3 cables, and then that should just slide straight out. I mean, I could do the airbox mod like now, which is like cutting off the tubes inside the airbox, but I'm not going to do that. That's permanent unless you rebuy the air filter box, which I mean I could do, but I don't think they've tuned it to be like that, so I'm not going to do it. Plus it's meant to be used with the stock airbox for the tune, so I'm not going to get too technical with it, but I'm going to have to get a sheet and cover this. So yeah, cool.